to video 3, the final video of this series. Before we start, I want to congratulate you for being open and brave enough to dive into this material with me. If you are still watching, it means you're on the verge of transforming your own life experience into something truly extraordinary. And although I love the idea of you as an individual living a much happier, more fulfilled life, what I'm honestly excited about is seeing what you do on a global scale once you really pinpoint your unique talents, skills, and values, and then decide on a mission, on a passion, that one thing that you'll become known for. You have the incredible opportunity to help write the new rules, beliefs, laws, and ideas for systems of abundance. Whether you come out of this process with insights that will be used in healthcare, education, economics, agriculture, all of our systems are up for reinvention. You just have to decide what your legacy and greatest positive contribution will be. But before you can do this, you have to identify where you are right now in the transition process. So let's start on the foundational physical world level, since this one is pretty easy to determine. To know if you're in scarcity, transition, or abundance, just ask yourself, do you believe the world is actually abundant in terms of our external resources? Do you believe we as a species now have the capacity to take care of all our survival needs, such as food, water, heat, and shelter? That we could do this for everyone on the planet if our systems were different? If your answer is yes, and you've seen enough evidence to be convinced that we have the capability to create a world utilizing our current technologies to live in abundance, then you've mentally transitioned into the abundance model of life. If, however, your answer is no, but something inside you is being called to want to see the world as abundant, then you're in transition, and you just need to educate yourself a little bit more on our current technological advances. I know this isn't always easy because our media sources don't focus on these kinds of positive breakthroughs. You have to actively go looking for them. One of my personal goals is to make sure that everyone who is in touch with me or my company in any way begins to have access to information that shows them time and again just how amazingly advanced we are right now. My deepest desire is to show as many people as possible the truth of this. It's okay if you don't believe me yet. It took me years and years of researching, of talking to people in these advanced fields, of reading everything I could get my hands on to be fully convinced that abundance is here now if we change our global systems into ones that actually support these new technologies. We have the abilities. We need to create the systems that these technologies can become available to everyone. So bringing this discussion back to you, let's look at the next phase of transition, your internal world. If you're in transition on this level, you'll be experiencing a lot of negativity because you see the way it could be. You see how good we could make life on this planet, and yet you don't know how to help make that new reality possible. You probably tell yourself things like, I don't even know how to make my own life great, let alone the planet. Trust me, I've been there. I know at this stage you're being bombarded with these conflicting push and pull, hope and despair feelings. To deal with these feelings, some people turn to pharmaceuticals. Others turn to self-help, spirituality practices, life coaching, psychologists, any modality really that promises to help move you through the pain and grow you into a better version of yourself and your life. You are drawn to these things because they seem to help you deal with your internal dissonance. And while I wholeheartedly encourage everyone to move in the direction of personal growth, understanding, and wisdom, for those who find themselves in this particular level of transition, what all of these modalities don't know and therefore can't tell you is that there are larger global forces outside of yourself that are keeping you trapped in a very practical sense. Remember when I explained how we tend to believe that our cognitive world is as real as our physical world? Unfortunately, our experience of the cognitive world does trap us into having to live within the outdated, old systems created out of scarcity and externalized into systems of survival. We're still living in the confines and dictates of those old systems, and that's the truth. Money, 9-to-5 jobs, sending our children to schools meant to churn out good factory workers. This is our daily experience of life, our reality. However, even before you saw this program, some part of you understood that all of these things could be changed, and much of your angst comes from this core knowing. You have every logical, practical right to feel disillusioned with the system. It is failing you by not keeping up. It's forcing you to live in a way that you know is without justification now that we have abundance at our fingertips. For example, it probably drives you crazy to learn about remarkable breakthroughs in water desalination, such as reverse osmosis, and then see images of people who still have to walk 10 miles every day just to get a gallon of dirty water for their families. Or worse yet, people have no water at all. How are these two realities simultaneously existing in one very small world? That's why you're angry. That's why you're depressed. There are no more real reasons rooted in the physical world for any human being to be without. The only reasons left are in our cognitive world. Reasons such as, there's no money to put a water treatment plant there, or it's not my country, so it's not my problem. These are fake excuses. Problems and obstacles we've created out of thin air, or rather, we've created out of our interesting proclivity to believe our imagined systems are real. Now you fully understand why it feels sometimes like you hate your life, why it feels like you can't make a difference and that nothing will ever change. But as I promised you from the beginning, these feelings are exactly what's moving you and us in the right direction. Once you see the structures and are able to pick apart the reality of the physical world from the illusion of the reality of the cognitive world, you can dig even deeper and start to recognize all the fake problems you once thought were real. Problems that have no basis in reality at all and completely arise from our outdated ideas, beliefs, and systems. The beauty of this is now you're in a position to challenge and change and rewrite every part of the cognitive world with us. You just have to get to know yourself in a way you've never had to before, so that you can really fine-tune who you are, how you want to contribute, and what wonderful legacy you'd like to pass down to future generations in the form of new global systems of abundance that will become the symbolic models of reality for them. Models that have cooperation, compassion, empathy, self-actualization, and fulfillment at their core. You can do this. You can be part of this incredible transition. The truth is you already are, but I'm inviting you to do this with your full awareness. Not just go along with the process, but to actively help us create it. This is the evolution of consciousness, the opportunity not just of a lifetime, but of life, of that force that runs through and connects us all. So my final questions for you as we end this series are, who are you? What makes you unique? What has the culmination of your skills, talents, and life experiences made you uniquely qualified to do? And most importantly, what mission, what legacy will you leave? If you're genuinely compelled to answer these questions, to become an integral part of a global movement that will not only transform the quality of your personal life, but will connect you to communities of people all over the world, committed to reinventing what it means to be human, to live well, to ensure that abundance becomes the daily reality for everyone, not just a few, then please contact me. The possibilities for your life are limitless. It's time you started feeling that way. I sincerely thank you for watching, and I can't wait to personally speak with you and start helping you to discover your essential place in the evolution.